Hello. I guess nobody wants to join me. I'm just turn off the lights. 1 second. Right. So we kind of want to talk about what's the word? Lip syncing, right? Not sure if you can hear me from here. Hoping that I won't need to be moving around too much. Maybe if I put my camera angle here, see me a little better. Or that kind of like yeah, you know, so you can see side profile, more photogenic to see. All right, so I want to share my screen for one. So let's get into using what we call it now. We could use TVPaint, but first of all, what I'm going to do is I want to record some audio. The audio I'm going to record using. Let me see. Corner screen, and I'm going to use Audacity. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Corona. So I'm going to record a little audio clip saying it's Corona. I mean, I hope everybody's safe still. But let's do a quick recording. Oh my goodness, it's Corona. Let's play that back. Yeah. So part of that audio for me is a little bit noisy because they're doing some construction work outside. So in Audacity, what you can do is you can go to Effect, and what you want to do is noise reduction, get noise profile. Once the noise profile is done, you're going to go back again, repeat noise reduction, and what it's going to do is cancel out the sample of the noise in the rest of your audio. I'm not sure if you can hear this audio. I'll see if I can set up a meeting to do that. Meeting controls. So we have the audio. Let's just export this as something that can be used. So I'm going to export as a MP3. So multimedia. Let's just go to the school bit. So school animation in 2020 tools to let's choose audio. Right. Corona. Doesn't really matter that stuff anyway. So I'm going to export as two versions. One is as MP3, and the only way you can export as MP3 is if you have the, what's that word? That plugin, the LAME plugin, LAME, which you can download online. On the Audacity website, it gives you a link to the LAME library, which allows you to do the conversion of Audacity's things to MP3. Otherwise, you'll be exporting as WAV or any of these other formats. And what you want to do is just export as a format that can be used in the program you plan to import it in. So if you're using, for example, if you're using a program that only takes MP3s, then you want MP3 files. If you're using a program that only has WAV, use WAV files. So that's another one. I'm going to choose Corona. Save, press OK. When hello. All right, so that's one thing. So that. Now you can do this in one of any program you want. So if we're doing lip syncing manually, you could use any other program you wish. So for example, you could open up TVPaint, and I'll just show you how we do the sounding TVPaint, right? Of course, you know I can't save afterwards. So here we are. Oh, admit. Hello, Cohen. Remember, you have to press spacebar in order to, what's the word? You press spacebar in order to talk, so I can hear you. Gio says balls. That's directed solely at you. If you can't hear me, just say something. Admit Carlos Clark. Who's? Oh, Carlos. Hello, Carlos. What's up? So I mean, this is like the Friday class, but anybody who wants to join can join. I'm gonna do a little bit of lip syncing today. For this Zoom meeting, it's gonna last about 40 seconds because I haven't paid for it yet. So if it drops, I'm just gonna create another one and we'll just continue where we left off. So at the current, I'm recording the session that we have so that you won't be lost. But like I said, if you want to say something, and I just want to know that your microphone is working, just hit spacebar, or if you're using your phone, you can, you know, talk. By default, you're muted. Let me see if I can change that.
Mark.
Oh, there you are. So you are definitely here. All right, cool.
Yeah, good.
And Carlos is in the house. All right, cool. So I have like 2 people, which is fine. Even if none of you showed up, I'd still be recording. So we want to do some sound. What I've done is, so far, I've recorded a sound effect in Audacity. Right, all it says is, oh my gosh, it's Corona. So what I can do is probably, right, so that's a thing. If it's not loud enough, I can always just go on effect and amplify. You can always test how you so press OK. So I'll re-export this one. As I was saying, you just export as a file format that can be imported. Can be imported in the program that you want to use. So MP3 can be used by TVPaint. So I'm going to replace that. I don't really care about those settings. All right, so let's open up TVPaint. So it's part TVPaint, part Toon Boom. I'm going to do TVPaint now, and then probably later on I'll do the automatic lip syncing in Toon Boom, because you can do automatic lip syncing in Toon Boom. It's not a perfect process, but it works. So for this particular clip, you know, by default, when you open up, you get your settings. Let's just start off for those who've never done this before. Right, so I'm just going to file, new project. It says up your settings. We don't have a camera so much, but project with camera doesn't really matter. I'm not going to be using my camera so much. So press OK. So that's cool. And my line's working. Oops. Right. What we want to do is just import the audio first. So you choose the clip, you load your sound, you go to where your sound is located. I just created something called audio. So here we go, Corona MP3. And you can actually import both MP3 or WAV. So that's what we have so far. Press OK. All right. Now you might be thinking to yourself, all right, so we have the audio in. Fine. What happens when we press play? Nothing. Why? Because our mark in time is actually pretty low. So what I'm going to do, it's a hidden panel, but if you pull this up, or rather pull this down, right? Probably pull this up too. This thing down here allows you to draw, and then underneath that you have your audio. Let me show you. It's kind of hidden. So so you have your project clip. Typically, your sound is actually hidden because most people working on animation, not so much sound. So I'll just pull this down. You get a little here you can draw, and when you pull that up now, you get where your sound is. I see one more in what's that? Is somebody entering? We'll see. All right, so once your audio clip is like that, what you just need to do is extend the length of your mark in time and mark out time. Right, so right now 0 mark in, mark out. The clip lasts about 3 seconds, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 5 seconds. I'm gonna put this about 240 frames for 10 seconds, just to be sure. And what we have here is the audio spectrum of the sound clip. Now here, this little arrow here, if you're familiar with audio editing, this essentially tells you where the audio is gonna start clipping in, and where it's gonna start at 0 in terms of volume, and then here it's gonna start at actually a maximum volume. And then by moving the top one, you can actually fade in your audio or fade out your audio, depending on what you want to do. And just, you know, do whatever you need to do. You can always duplicate your audio clip. You can add additional stuff to it, like, you know, marking the volume, right? Oops. Oh my gosh. All right, so here we go. You're playing your audio. So cool. Playing your audio, you're hearing stuff. So here's the cool thing you can do. Because of, you see this little area here is an actual area you can actually draw what you're hearing. So for example, let's say I'm playing with this. I want to just kind of get an idea of the timing. So oh my goodness. So I'm gonna go, it starts O right here. O, right? So if that's too large, you can always lower that, and you can always delete that. So we go O. So I'm gonna just stretch that out. Probably put in black so you can see it. Oops, that's still on. Just stop doing this. Right, pencil. Sorry. Right, we can draw again. Nice. So it says, oh my goodness. So the O actually starts here. Oh. And it's almost like not just a O, but it's almost like a U sound too. Let's draw that. So my good. And I'm not spelling the word so much as getting the pronunciation. And you can kind of tell where the sound is coming from just by looking at the audio spectrum. How much seconds are we gone in this little meeting anyway? And she fades out like that. Or it, the sound, my goodness, my voice, but whatever, Corona. Right, so we know how long that audio is going to be, right? And we I think if we've never mentioned it before, we have some things called bisemes and phonemes. I'm just gonna pop up a link really quick. So we look at bisemes. Anybody else popping in? Okay, nobody else popping in. Bisemes versus phonemes. Anybody remember phonics? Phonics, anybody? No? Phonics have to do with sounds. So you have bisemes and phonemes. I am seeing a hand here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to push this over here. Oh, there we go. Yes. All right, cool. Yeah, so by default, it's going to be hidden. I just seen you. Let me see this, Carlos. So I put one screen over on the left side, one screen over here. So Visemes and phonemes, I have to do it lip syncing. So this is be useful for you. So Visemes essentially, as it says, any of several speech sounds that look the same, for example, when lip reading. Visemes and phonemes do not share a one-to-one correspondence, and often several phonemes correspond to a single viseme. So that means there's a particular way your mouth looks when you're saying stuff, which you probably already get. So if we look at, example, this image here, right? We have A and I, so I and E look about the same. E looks like that. ETC look about like this. I guess you can say so. F and V look the same. So if you look at my face, L, then you have M, B, and P look the same. O, and you have the rest, which is kind of how your mouth looks at rest. And you have U and W and Q. Yeah, so they look the same, right? So by looking at this, and so this would be like an example of a mouth chart. I'm going to just push this chart over on my left side, so I can kind of have both of them over there. That way, while I'm working, I can always reference this chart. Right. All right, so I'm not even sure which screen's being shared. I have like 2 screens, but I think I'm sharing 1 screen. So that said, let's say we're working with this. Let me just check how much time we have on our meeting, because like I said, it's gonna kill itself in about after 40 seconds without even telling me. It's gonna kick out everybody all at once. I did this before. All right. It's not telling me how much I have. All right, that's good. I'll just keep working until it cuts me off. If it cuts me off, I'm going to create another meeting, okay? So just looking at stuff says, oh my goodness. So you kind of want to have the look and feel of, oh, and I'll just use a brush pen, something that's, you know, something I can use. Right. I think my phone is ringing. My phone is ringing. I don't know who this is. Apologies. Hello. Hi. Hello. Yeah, I'm at school doing an online class. .83 or 2. If I have a link to those things, yeah, there's one on YouTube. Just type in Blender 2.82 startup. That's it. That's the same one. Yeah. 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 Okay. YouTube. Yes. Yeah. So that was one of my past students. I guess teaching Blender now. Alrighty, let's continue, shall we? We are still here. All right, cool. So, oh my God, so we're just gonna start with default mouth position. I'm gonna start at 10. It's nothing too fancy, just so, bottom lip, And I took off line smoothing because it's getting in my way. All right, so just mouth position. So we're going, and it's important to turn on your light box so you can actually see what's going on. This tells me my last thing. Let's turn on that light parameters for my last frame and the next frame. All right, it's not on, so let's turn that on. So that's what it looks like. And of course, every new frame, this is going to be blank. Okay, right. O. So what does O look like? O looks like that. And remember, squash and stretch, right? Your mouth works in a similar manner. Hold on, new layer. So if your mouth is like this at the initial phase, when it's doing O positions, you're not gonna have it get this big, right? Your mouth actually has to get about the same volume. So if I do that and I'm doing that, of course, when I'm doing that, the sides are going to be increasing. Just, I mean, look at an elastic band as an example, and you get something kind of like that. If you want to have teeth, you just throw your teeth in there and stuff. So that would be, that's a weird looking mouth. Right, so we'll do stuff like that. So that would be like a mouth position there, and you know, an example of one. So, oh my goodness. So, oh, just gonna work with that. You kind of have that crease in the mouth still. And if you choose, so we're just working with the keyframes first, the key poses. First, afterwards, we're gonna have to try and smooth this out. All right, so you get your mouth thing in there, and yeah, you don't forget your crease. You can make it more like a mouth if you want to. So, oh, and obviously, you're gonna have your, oh, oops, you know what I did? I drew that on a different layer. So I'm just gonna cut that off and do this. Just press the down arrow key and just paste that in the right place. And make sure your mouth crease stay on the same line. And later on, I'm going to show you how you can actually create custom panels. I have one for mouth positions as well. So in the case I want to do mouth positions, I could always just pop up with a brush and just have mouth positions. Of course, you know, if you're doing more dynamic actions with your mouth positions, you're not going to have some stationary mouth. So you're going to probably be drawing according to the movement of the head while the person is talking. When it comes to animating, you kind of want to just work with your body action first. So like head movement first before you deal with going to all the other extra stuff. So, oh, so I'm going to lock this layer so I'm not editing on this layer until I'm ready. Oh, ooh, ooh. What does ooh look like? You, ooh, like mouth is all, yeah. So, oh, hear that? Ooh, based on my mouth chart here, right, you're gonna have a kind of like a oh, ooh, 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 ooh. Right, so you kind of do a thing like that. It could be even smaller, to be honest. You know, oh, ooh. So it's about the same, yeah, just a little more creasy. So I'm not aiming to draw nicely today. I'm just working with not that I draw nicely, generally speaking. Just oh, and you might have that thing for the mouth, and then the teeth kind of showing there, right? So let's throw some teeth in there. Oh, ooh, ooh, bottom teeth coming up, right? You know, yeah. And you can do the whole blah. If you want to be extra, you can throw in gums, you know, little gum thing. But I'm not gonna be extra. Alright, that's extraness. Alright, can you teeth? That's too much details. And if you have too much details, you can actually ruin the whole thing. So, right, so I'm take off those thingies. Oh, oops, oops. Oh no. I just have to paint that back in. Oh no, brush. Why? Oof. All right, so that's there. That's there. That's there. It's there. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's call that a thing. I'll just lower the size of this. Right. I don't know how much time I have left. How much time do we have left? Oh no! 3 o'clock. Feels like we don't have that much time left. I think about 10 minutes left. Right. So oh. So oh, let's just put some teeth in there, just for consistency's sake. Oh, and you can have some teeth over here, and I'll just, you know, do a thing with my bucket because I feel like I could just, oh, I feel like I shouldn't have done that. right? So it clearly is using a large range. So gapped closer. Let's see if that works. No. All right, that's definitely not working. So I'm just gonna paint this manually. All right, it doesn't even take that much out of me. Anyway, so let's undo that. Right, so bam, mouth thing. Now just increase the size of the mouth, the brush. Right, so let's just close that down. Oh, oh. So like I said, I'm recording this session right now. It's recording from Zoom. I'll upload this to YouTube as well. I have another couple of stuff. I had a session on Wednesday that I also need to finish uploading on YouTube and send you guys a link. So O, ma, M, position looks like a closed mouth. So I'm gonna right. So bam, it's mouth position. Mouth positioning. See that mouth position? So mouth. I kind of want to see what my original mouth look like because that could also be a default mouth. So if I just jump back over here, yes. Back to my light table properties, I can always just buff these guys up to kind of see what my previous keyframes were like. So we can see my other stuff. So I see here that this stuff is really strong. So I could go across like so, or in the case of is more deliberate. So I'll carry this in just a smidge, like so, and have a shape. Kind of turtle beakish kind of there. Right. By the way, if you do a lip syncing thing, you remember also the exercises that you guys are doing can come from anywhere, but not the other classes, of course, but doing things like these to kind of show that, so that looks decent. Ma, ah. So looks more open mouth. It's about the same width, slightly higher. So I'm gonna clear this. So just to kind of let you guys know, usually what would happen is that we would have a what's the word? A mirror. So traditionally animators would use a mirror, or if you're bored enough, you can turn on this feature that Tool has. Let me see if I can bring it up. Show camera. Show. I can't see it. It's not showing up. But you can actually turn on a webcam as your background and just trace over your face, and you'll be able to do some stuff like that. All right, so I don't see it popping up, so I'm wondering what's going on. Anywho, let's proceed as per usual. So you guys still there? All right, cool. Looks more happy, smiley. So we bring this cheek. It comes up a little bit. I mean, you just have to refer real life, really. Just you can kind of get it done. So I'm referring my own face here. Not that I smile much. Yes, and then the mouth comes over like so. Yes, quite right. Right, so then you have teeth, so that's a thing, and then the curvature of this here, and your mouth comes up, slightly, whatever, and you just paint that in. You can always just bring up the size of that brush and just paint that in. Like I said, this is for traditional work, and I said in Toon Boom, you are able to do this depending on the character you have. You can create a lip or or set of lip drawings. And then what TVPaint does, it has this auto lip syncing feature where you can just, where you can simply just tell it auto lip sync based on the layer with the mouth, and you get what you're supposed to get. So there's that. So I'm working with keyframes, like I said. Of course, you know, when you play it out, you go, you know, and stuff. So, go, go, oo sound, gus sound, g, g sound, you know. Depending on what chart you have, it's really just not so much the G sound, g, gu, because you can kind of have so you're just working with the same U sound. And because I'm working with the same U sound, and I already have a U sound, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this little tool here and create for me a nice little brush. And I am just going to go myself over here, right? But you kind of want to line up still. So, you know, you don't want to just punch good somewhere and then just be like, oh no. Oh, right. Don't move your audio around so much. So there's that. Hamana. Good sound right there. So I'm just positioning my mouse right there, which is kind of cool. All I'm gonna do, using my arrow keys, right? Just mosey on myself over here to go and just click. Cheat. So what about the D sound? D. D looks like a very D. 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 It could be more of a DU sound. It could be like a D. Good. D. It might be a smaller or a shorter sounding D sound. Good. Jordan, you are calling. I cannot take calls. Oh no. Let me call him back. Jordan in the house. Why can you not hear me? I pick up Jordan.
You have reached.
I have reached the voicemail box off. Jordan, I cannot hear you. Are you there? Is Jordan in the house? You there? Oh. I have sanitizers. Okay, I'm fine. Jeez. You happy? Corona all up in here. Jeez. You can actually hit spacebar so I can hear you, you know, just in case. Yeah, whatever. Let me just sanitize your faces. You're good now. I feel like the goo is not going to work here. It's more like a goo. It seems more like a closed mouth thing. So I'll just draw that up again. Where am I? Goo. That's fine. I mean, it's for you guys. It's going to be unlisted anyway, so you can actually say anything you want. It's better if you say stuff because people might have the same questions and they can't say anything because they're not here. Goo. So good. Goo feels like goo. Like I'm puckering my mouth or something. Goo. Goo. And you should practice your drawing, guys. I can't overemphasize this enough. Make sure you practice. It's good for you. These drawing consistencies are going to be very varied. I promise you that much. Amazing, our meeting is actually still going on. Huh? Right, so go. Feel like this needs to come in some more, you know. Feel like it needs to come in some more. Just gonna transform this. You know, just do a thing, like a thing. Let's not reset that. Let's not even, you know, do things, you know, you just want to get the thing to be all like not like that. I want to warp it. Warp it. There we go. Warp it. All right, stop doing weird. Stop doing weird things. All right, this warp thing is weird. I've never seen something like this. You know what? Forget this. We're gonna try it again. Oh, there we go. That one, yeah. So that's the closed mouth one. This one. Is this big enough? Goo. Ooh, yes, there we go. Goo. Goo. Yeah, that. Definite thing here. And it's basically going to be very much like that. Let me just fling in some stuff. Ooh. Any questions so far? Are we getting it? Because if we're getting it, I mean, I don't need to do this whole animation that, you know, won't be saved. Right? So, oh my goodness. D shows teeth. D, but we don't want to be like a wide D. Oh, oops. Let's put that little corner stroke here. Oops. I have very little idea what. Oh, I accidentally hit control, guys. And you know what happens when you hit control? All right, we're done. Love it. So I'm gonna stop. It looks like my time's expired.
Mars, testicles, breast is nice. Yes, all right, goodbye.
I'm not done yet. I'm gonna start another one.
I know.
Oh.
I'm doing this one.
Okay. So I'm gonna stop the recording here.